Suicide is painless. Holy sh! What are we getting into?
So I woke up this morning to the hilarious news that one of our video on Not the Brightest was removed by Kent William Voth.
And I'm definitely going to get a couple of emails. But that's fine. I just mark them as spam.
So I got this at about 6:11 this morning. Didn't really think much of it. Checked out Hezekiah's show, hashtag THC. And
Sorry to pause it right there, but I have got to address something. Me too! Me too! It was a really old video, and I just, like, what?
found out he got claimed too. When I finally got around to going to do something about this, I found he got claimed on one of my other channels. Wow, he's just going out of his way because everybody's getting claimed. He's pulling a chili, and if everybody files a counterclaim in the same period of time, let's all get together and take this shit down. Hey Kent, if you're curious about how this works, talk to your friend Chili Decastrated, and he might explain to you that if you do what you're doing too much, you lose your channel.
Now, who is Kent William Voth? Well, we are very familiar with him because little Kent over here has done a false copyright strike on our channel before, and of course it was overturned. And when we confronted him about doing the false copyright strike, what did he say? He said, "I have your personal information now," implying that he could do some type of violence or doxing.
Doxing? Oh my god, Earl tried to dox me one time. He couldn't even pronounce my name right. And from somebody who's supposed to know so much about guns, what a moron. Come big or stay home.
Because that's what they do. That's all they have. Because they want to protect their precious little ego, and when they get exposed, they resort to violence or doxing, or at least threats of violence. Anyway, so let's take a look at good old Kent over here. This is the face of a coward. He pretends to be for the First Amendment, but yet he abuses the copyright system to shut down any criticism about him, therefore silencing my First Amendment. Even though I'm following the copyright laws and my videos are protected under fair use. He knows this very well because this is not his first attempt at a false copyright strike, but yet he has to protect his ego. He cannot let these videos about him on the internet.
Now I know you wanted to say it, but you really can't, so I will. That's because he's a pussy bitch.
How dare you!
Now I have a question for you guys. Imagine if the video, instead of being a criticism by an anti-frauditor YouTuber, let's say if the video was from News Now Ninja, taking his entire video, not adding a single line of commentary. Would he still do a copyright strike? Of course not, even though that video is not fair use and is not protected. He wouldn't because that video is stroking his ego. It's agreeing with him. So that's why he would let a video like that up, but try to shut down a video criticizing him. Now that you've had a nice look at Kent, I want to show you another picture of him, which I think is a little bit more flattering. Oh yeah, this is definitely much better. That 1,000-yard stare while he's doing a mugshot is much better. It suits him very well, and I think he should frame this picture. But in all seriousness, why is it that everybody that's quote-unquote fighting for our rights a career criminal? Like seriously, how are we supposed to take them seriously when they constantly break the law? That's something I don't understand. And it looks like most of their subscribers are career criminals as well. That's the only thing that makes sense. But anyways, let's get back to the copyright issue. Now, what are the consequences of filing an illegal and false DMCA takedown? YouTube will be able to explain that for you. I found this video from 2018 and it explains what awaits people that abuse the system. Like Chili. Now that clown got a whole world of shit coming for him because he sent way too many false copyright strikes and his channel is pretty much doomed. But anyways, I'll pass you over to Mac from YouTube, who will explain the consequences that some of these copyright strike abusers are facing.
Hey, I'm Mac and I work on copyright at YouTube. So what do I mean when I say abusive copyright claims? You might already know, but not everyone does. When people use our copyright claim tools, like Content ID or sending a takedown request to claim or take down videos that they don't have the rights to, that's abusive. In other words, these are bogus or fraudulent Content ID claims and copyright takedowns, and they're not okay. We take abuse of our copyright tools seriously, and we're not afraid to punish people who misuse them. Now, if you're a legitimate copyright owner, don't worry about making a casual mistake, getting labeled as fraudulent or abusive. It's very unlikely, and if you do suspect something, we'll give you a chance to explain what happened before we take any action on your channel.
And this is important because this is the second strike that Mr. Voth over here has done. So he clearly knows that he's in the wrong, that the video will get reinstated anyways because he's not willing to go to court for it. He doesn't have the money. Now, it costs around $5,000 to file a lawsuit for copyright infringement, and obviously he doesn't have that kind of dough. How do I know that? This is why. It's because he's actually running an e-begging campaign on GoFundMe, as well as has PayPal and Venmo plastered all over his channel. Clearly, this frauditing is not doing enough for him, that he feels that he needs to go online and e-beg for some dough, even though all he does is harass people for a living, which is absolutely ridiculous. But anyways, let's get back to what the YouTube employee Mac was saying about the copyright abuse.
We always try to distinguish between people who are maliciously abusing copyright to block videos they don't like, and people who have made an innocent mistake. Copyright is complicated, and we understand that it can be tricky to manage your rights, so we always try to educate people about how the process works. But we have zero tolerance for bad actors who use copyright as a tool to censor or troll members of the YouTube community. Overall, we see far more blatant attempts to abuse copyright through the takedown process rather than Content ID. This is because anyone with a YouTube account can access our copyright takedown web form. While the vast majority of takedown requests we receive are legitimate, we still terminate tens of thousands of YouTube channels every year for attempting fraudulent takedowns. Another thing we hear a lot of concern from creators about is fair use. Criticism or commentary of someone's copyrighted work, even without the permission, is often protected by copyright law. But we still see copyright owners use our tools to try to control legitimate uses of their work. Our team makes a huge effort to catch takedown requests targeting fair use videos before those videos are removed. When we catch these, we take the opportunity to educate the copyright owner about fair use and similar laws around the world.
Now, YouTube isn't perfect, and should they have blocked this copyright strike before it got approved, just like the 3 others from Chile? Yes, of course they should have, but it's an automated system for the most part, so I don't blame them that much. After Amagansett Press filed, I think it was 5 false copyright strikes on my account, they then started to refuse his future copyright strikes. Because if the videos get reinstated constantly and he is not suing, then obviously he is just abusing the system to punish anyone who criticizes him. So just like Kent Voth over here, he did a copyright strike in the past. The video was reinstated. He was educated on fair use. But here he is, once again, trying to silence my First Amendment, trying to silence my free speech.
In some cases, we've been able to protect these videos creators against copyright lawsuits. If fair use interests you, you may want to learn more about our fair use protection initiative. Oh, and by the way, there's another legal option we should mention. under Section 512F of the Digital Millennium Copyright Act, also known as the DMCA, anyone who deliberately files a fraudulent takedown request may be liable for damages. In other words, if your video is removed maliciously, you may be able to sue the person who sent the takedown request. It doesn't happen often, but we thought you should know that.
And that is also 100% accurate. Now, Chili, by filing 4 false copyright takedown, has prevented our second channel from posting for about 2 weeks and a half now. So I'm going to be sending him an invoice at the end of the week. I will show you guys a screenshot. We'll make a video on it because he owes us some money. It's not that much because it was our second channel, but still, he's going to have to pay up. If he doesn't pay, obviously, we're not going to chase him down. It's not worth it. But, you know, we'll give him an option to maybe do a payment plan because we understand that finances must be a little bit rough considering that he lost his YouTube channel and he's not able to scam any more people on it. Anyways, that being said, back to Kent Voth. I know you're listening because I sent you a link to this video as soon as it goes live. Now, I know that I hurt your little ego, I hurt your little feelings, and you know what? I'm not sorry because this is the internet. You're putting yourself out there and you should be aware that you will be criticized. People are allowed to make fair use videos on you and criticize your activism. So anyways, what I tell you is grow a pair, grow a thicker skin because this is the internet. It's not going to go away. When you try to shut down people's free speech, they just talk even more about you. So if you want to retract the copyright strike before it gets reinstated, that's on you. We all know it's going to get reinstated and then it will have a negative impact on your account. YouTube might not suspend you or do anything, but the more false copyright strikes you do, eventually they will shut you down. Just like they shut down Chili and multiple other channels that are abusing the copyright system. That being said, everybody, I think we covered everything there was to talk about today. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.
With his advert. So the big...
Hey everybody, James Taylor. Today's story brought to you by Central Hotel and Suites.
That had been put through a blender, so the biggest problem with this advert is that it, well, straight up lied.
Say something classy, sassy, or yeah, just be
Definitely
you.
smart ass.
Yeah, that's you.
I don't know about the beginning. Not classy. A little bit.
Hey, I was trying to be nice now.
It was awesome.
Remember, for special services, say hi from me, News Now Enemy.
So I'm not going to ask whether you enjoyed that video, but I do hope you found it interesting. If you did, please do hit that thumbs up button below. Don't forget to subscribe. Thank you for watching.